Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, and yet you're still stuck in the same place? You've read the books, watched the podcasts, set the goals, tried the routines, but for some reason, you're still average, still grinding, still not living the life you imagined. Here's the truth no one tells you. Success isn't about working harder. It's not about waking up earlier, journaling longer, or even being the smartest in the room. It comes down to one mental shift, just one. A shift so simple, most people overlook it. But the ones who embrace it, they escape average forever. And by the end of this video, so will you. So stay with me, because if you miss this shift, you'll stay trapped in the illusion of progress. Let's begin. Most people think average is a place. It's not. Average is a mindset. It hides behind phrases like, "I'm doing my best," "At least I tried," "Maybe next year." Sounds innocent, right? But here's what that really means. I'm doing just enough to feel good about not actually changing. Let that sink in. Average is the mental agreement you make with comfort. You stop chasing what's possible and settle for what's predictable. And the scariest part? Most people don't even know they've made the deal. They wake up, scroll TikTok, drink some coffee, maybe hit the gym, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, and call that a day. But let me ask you this. Would you pay money to relive today? No? Then why are you letting it shape your future? See, the enemy of success isn't failure. It's comfort. It's distraction. It's repetition without growth. That's what average is. And it's seducing you every single day. But here's the good news. You can break it. And it starts with a shift. Not in strategy, not in goals, in identity. Let me introduce you to the one mental shift that changes everything. From acting like the person you are, to becoming the person you are becoming. Read that again. Most people wake up and live according to who they were yesterday. They make decisions based on who they've been. But millionaires, high performers, the 1%, they don't live from memory. They live from vision. They've mentally moved into their future, and they make choices as that person, not this one. Let me break it down. The average person says, "I want to be successful," but they scroll for 2 hours before doing anything meaningful. The high performer says, "I am becoming a disciplined, wealthy person." So they ask, "What would that version of me do right now?" And then they do it. See the difference? One is hoping. The other is embodying. That's the shift. From hoping to embodying. From passive intention to active identity. Because actions follow beliefs, and beliefs are shaped by how you see yourself. Still not convinced? Let's go deeper. Have you ever lied to yourself about going to the gym? You say, "I'll go tomorrow," knowing full well you won't. That's because your brain knows you're not that kind of person. Now imagine this. You're someone who identifies as a healthy, high-performing achiever. Skipping the gym, it feels wrong. Not hard, wrong. That's the power of identity. You don't act based on what you want. You act based on who you believe you are. So here's the question. Who do you need to become to have the life you say you want? Let's talk implementation. Because information without execution is just noise. Here's how you install the shift. Step 1. Define the future identity. Write down the version of you that already has the life you want. What time do they wake up? How do they carry themselves? What do they say no to? What do they prioritize? Clarity kills confusion, and your brain needs a blueprint. Step 2. Build micro-proof. Each day, act as that future version in one tiny way. Not 10, not 20, just one. Would future you waste time arguing on Twitter? No? Then today you shouldn't either. Would future you skip the workout because it's raining? Didn't think so. Every aligned action builds identity equity. Your brain says, "Oh, maybe we are that kind of person." That's when transformation becomes inevitable. Step 3. Burn the backup plan. Here's the harsh truth. If you leave the back door open, your old self will always sneak in. So burn it. Stop saying if it doesn't work. Stop preparing to fail. Millionaires don't hope for success. They assume it. They show up as if it's already theirs. That level of certainty creates energy. That energy builds momentum. And momentum, that's where average gets obliterated. But here's what most people miss. Even when you shift your identity, even when you start acting like your future self, your environment might not support you. And that can be deadly to your transformation. Why? Because if you're surrounded by people who still see you as average, you'll either outgrow them or shrink yourself to stay accepted. The question is, are you willing to be misunderstood to become powerful? Because greatness always demands isolation before impact. Let me leave you with this. The average person asks, what do I need to do to become successful? But the millionaire mind asks, who do I need to be? That's the difference. It's not the books. It's not the YouTube videos. It's not even the mentors. It's whether or not you're willing to kill the old version of you so the new one can lead. And that choice, you make it every single morning. So if you're ready to embody that identity, if you're ready to win before the world even wakes up, watch this next. The secret morning routine of high achievers. Because routines don't just change your schedule, they rewire your operating system. And once you install that version of you, the world won't know what hit it. Because you'll walk different, talk different, operate on a frequency most people can't even hear. So don't stop here. Unlock the next level. Click now. Your future self is waiting.